I'm Henry Stuart, co-founder of the immersive studio Visualize and author of Virtual Reality Marketing. There's a huge number of different ways of actually watching VR, and that's actually part of the confusion. But one of the best ones and one of the kind of entry levels to virtual reality is the Google Cardboard. And this is actually a foldable cardboard headset that you can put a smartphone in the front of. And what that means is that anyone's got a smartphone, so all you need to do is get these cardboard headsets printed up and mail shotted out to people or handed away for free, and all of a sudden thousands or millions of people can actually watch this content. This has actually been done by the likes of the Financial Times, New York Times, and lots of other big publishers out there. The next stage of virtual reality headsets are mobile-based ones, and these are the likes of the Samsung Gear VR or Google's Daydream system. And these take, either for Google it's the Pixel phone, and for Samsung it's the Galaxy series of phones, and you can put these phones in these headsets and hold them up, and you've got this kind of premium mobile experience in VR. It's a lot better than Google Cardboard, but it's quite a few steps away from the really high-end HTC Vives and other headsets like that. The premium end of the headset market is what we call tethered VR headsets. And this is where you have literally your headset is plugged into a PC or a Mac, and then you get to experience the kind of interactive, high-end, computer-generated and truly immersive virtual reality. And in between all of this, there's actually also now a whole new set of headsets coming out, which include the Oculus Go and HTC's Vive Focus, which allow you to have your VR experience without having any wires or clutter that connect you to anything else. One of the most important things to understand, though, in virtual reality marketing is actually that you don't have to have a VR headset to view this content. Because one of the main issues that people have when talking about VR for brands is, well, how many people actually have these headsets? And it's a really legitimate question. The best way to view 360 content, or obviously interactive VR content, is on a headset. But you need to make it in such a way that people without headsets, and there are a majority of people without headsets, can watch something too. And that's actually where 360 video really comes into its own, where you can take an experience that might be tailored for a premium VR headset, but then make a linear online version that anyone around the world can watch and either click around and drag around it with their mouse, or hold up their phone and move it around themselves using platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo that have really brilliant 360-degree compatibility. Also, another way of watching this content outside of headsets is in projection domes. And you can get these giant 360-degree domes, and you can get up to hundreds of people inside them and have fantastic shared immersive experiences with people. Finally, it's also worth thinking about, if you're doing physical activations with VR, how can you really push the boat out there? How can you make an experience that's really memorable? And one of the ways people do this is by actually adding in extra sensory things. I mean, think about if someone's watching a scene which is on a hot beach, then why not put a heat lamp above them or sand between their toes? And some people have taken this to a real extreme. There's an amazing video out there by a brand in Georgia called Old Irish. It's a cider brand. And what they did is they took people off the street, got them to put a headset on, which saw them transported into Ireland. And as they're experiencing that amazing views and understanding how this cider is made, the final scene, they're in a pub in Ireland. And as they take the headset off, unbeknownst to them, this entire pub had been built around them and all the actors are inside. And there's this huge moment of shock as they realize they're actually there with those actors and it was all a big joke. So to summarize, virtual reality can be seen on a huge number of platforms in a huge number of different headsets. So when you make the content, you've got to try and make it as available to all those different platforms as possible, or think really carefully about how to make the most of single physical activations in high footfall areas. And then outside of that, how you can take that content and repackage it for use in 360-degree video online.